Okay, good morning. James with Team Been Strong here on an early Saturday morning. Frigid Saturday morning here in South Carolina, comparatively speaking. Comparatively speaking, I say, because 20-something degrees here is definitely on the cold side for us. And that's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, of course, I'm talking about. So my cycling cave is nice and cool this morning, so I don't even need a fan to stay cool today. And we have probably the longest stage of the event, which I actually hope it's the longest stage. I hope it doesn't get any longer than this. Stage C, 27 kilometers today. And although it is relatively flat, at the pace I've been doing these events, it is going to take a while. So I am going to commit this morning to doing 1.5 for as long as I can during the event. I have had extra rest this week. I did not do an event midweek, which means I missed stage 5. So y'all can tell me what I missed. What did I miss? A lot of climbing, I hope. If I didn't miss a lot of climbing, then I will try to make it up at some point at the end. I've got 2 stages I have to make up at this point, stage 1 and stage 5. So any of you who have ridden those stages, let me know how it went for you. You know, the sad thing about making up a stage, if you guys who have made up stages already know, and that is that the makeup stages are always much less attended than the main stages. So it's always better to get set up in the main event when that stage runs. You'll have a lot more people to ride with, a lot more help to get you to the finish line. And because of that, wow, this is the 3rd yellow pace partner that has come past me. I wonder who all these pace partners are. That one looks a little bit on the fast side. Speaking of pace partners, I'm going to try to hang with the 1.5 pace partner today, which means I guess I got to get off to a decent start to make sure that I don't actually get left behind with this pace partner. So probably too late at this point to join the event and try to get a good place near the front. For those of you who are new to Zwift, if you are joining an event, especially a race, the earlier you join the event, the closer to the start line you get. So the first ones to the start line will get the best positions. And then it goes downhill from there. Now we got 400-something people in today's event. Last I checked, probably going to be closer to 5 by the time the event starts. So I'm going to be way in the back. And if the Robo Pace partner starts near the front, I am in trouble. So we'll see. I'll try to latch on. If I don't latch on to the pace partner, I might not even try to do 1.5. It may be pointless. We'll see. Got about a minute to join the event, and we will get started here. Wow, another group. Wow, these big groups out here on Tempest Fugit today. They are saying no, probably saying no to Tour de Zwift. Either that or they're all about to jump in here at the last second. As for me, I'll probably get on over with about 20 seconds to spare like I usually do. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get it ready. Well, if there's any of you joining us this early Saturday morning, feel free to comment in the chat. I've got a chat window here that allows us to communicate back and forth, and my regular chat window is working. So I'll be able to see your chats today. All right, I think I pushed it far enough. Let's go ahead and get on ready. Oh, look at that yellow pace partner all the way at the front. Man. All right. Well, here it goes, guys. Hopefully the pace partners wait for us. All right. I'm going to try to do 1.5 here. Look, they're already taking off. The pace partners have taken off without anybody. What does that mean? It means they don't care. They don't care about us. There are, looks like 4 pace partners. I'm hoping I can catch on to at least one of them. Somebody says, see you at the back. I would tend to concur with that. My heart rate's already a little bit too high this morning, higher than I would prefer, so that may be it for me. Hopefully it'll come down. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There's a pace partner right there. Hey, Bernie. You're going backwards. That's a good sign for me. I'm going to leave these speed demons to catch up to everybody else while I hang back with Bernie. And hopefully there will be a group with me. That is my hope. And Lord willing, I will be able to hold 1.5 for the duration. Or, if I'm really lucky, the draft won't be 1.5. We'll see. Looks like Bernie is holding their own here in this little group. It looks like the group is just going to form around Bernie. Is what's going to end up happening here. I hope. They're going backwards a little bit. See, folks, I've never actually joined a pace partner before in an event like this. I'm not really sure how it works. Normally in events, you just group up wherever you find yourself at. If there's enough people, which 800-something people this morning, there's enough people. There should be enough people doing 1.5 for me to be able to hang on to somebody. Although a lot of people are still passing me. And Bernie is catching up too. 26 kilometers left. It is a long event today for me. And I'm hoping my heart rate stays under 130. It should. 1.5 is normally pretty easy. And there they are. First baseball cap and all. I don't like the fact that it doesn't look okay. There's a few still hanging with Bernie. Man, look at those other pace partners. They're way up the road. Did some of the pace partners leave us in the dust? Looks like some of the head pace partners are not being caught. Well, and here I am talking, and there goes Bernie with their little gruppetto. If I don't stay with Bernie, that is a wrap. You know, I had a hard decision to make this morning. Do I go with the disc wheels since it's so flat? Or do I stay with the Tron? Because there are some bumps every now and then, and I don't want to get dropped on them. Plus, there's some dirt. There's some dirt on this this particular route. This is a little bit more effort for me today. Might have to take some pauses here with the talking, but don't hesitate, however, folks, to join in the chat. If I can't speak, you can all chat amongst each other. All right, we just passed the first banner, and hopefully I get some sort of a draft power-up out of this thing. And I do. And I will use it, because I need it. It'd be embarrassing to lose Bernie 4 minutes into the event. We've got so far to go. Wow, 130 beats a minute. All right, let's shut up. This is the fastest I've gone in Zwift outside of a downhill in months. I'll tell you folks, today is a little bit of an act of faith on my part. Trying to believe God for more strength and endurance, and praying that my step of faith here today, by pushing myself a little harder, will be rewarded with more fitness. How did Bernie get so far back? Well, why is Bernie all the way back there? Doesn't make sense. Did Bernie get left? Is Bernie getting dropped? Folks, is Bernie getting dropped? Yeah, Bernie's been dropped. Oh, I feel sad. I feel sorry for Bernie. Bernie's been dropped by their own gruppetto, and nobody cares. Everybody just keeps chugging along here. I don't think there's anybody really back there to hang with Bernie. I think Bernie's going to get left completely behind. Thank you for the ride on. Let's see if I can return the favor somehow without getting dropped myself. Bernie's already 6 seconds back. Well, I tell you, oh gosh, looks like I'm getting dropped too. It's no fun riding at any wattage by yourself. 1.5, or 2.5. Getting stranded in no man's land is not fun. Unless you're a bot, in which case you don't care. That's my guess. Bernie probably does not care. Let's get another overhead shot here again. Wow, Bernie's not even in the picture anymore. But at least we got a few folks here. A couple of them are going to try to get back on, but that group has been slowly going faster and faster. And I'm not really too keen on going faster and faster. Really, 1.5 was kind of where I wanted to keep it, and I've actually been a little bit ahead of that today. Thank you, Lance, as you pass through. Just passing through, says our Lance. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay. There we go. I'm actually officially breaking out in a sweat now, even though it's probably 59 degrees in this room. Probably more like 55, actually. But anyhow. What is with the sea route shaming? I really don't know. I haven't been following the conversation, guys. If you have, I don't get it. Anyhow, there's no shame with flat courses. You know? What about the poor people in Florida? Do we shame them for having a flat, completely flat state? No, of course not. They might be the butt of a whole bunch of other jokes, but being flat is probably not one of them, even for a cyclist. As a sprinter, I have to tell you, I have always preferred flat. I have done, as my channel can attest, I have done even the most difficult climbs. And I don't know if that's masochist, is that the right word? Masochist in me? Doing that? But I do like challenges, but I also like flat. My little gruppetto here wants to probably take off here. and split us up. Good, we got some more folks filling in. Whoa, all right. Look at that. Bernie caught some friends. Very good. All right, that actually gave me some joy to see Bernie wasn't left in the dust. Oh, okay, I'm a little tired after that effort of that little bump. Okay, that's great. We've got Bernie back in the fold. Not that we get any Pacer bot bonus drops, it looks like. No benefit there. Thank you. Oh, I have not been following who's been giving me ride-ons, so sorry if I don't give them back. Okay, heart rate's coming down a little bit. And we are just a little fraction of the way in. Feels like I'm already halfway through the event. Oh, okay, little break up here. And Bernie got broken up again too. Those folks are doing 1.5. It would be good to stick with them. Or are they? I hate to do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That didn't do it, then too bad. Nope. In fact, the faster I went, the farther away they got. So goodbye. Have a nice day. Just gotta make sure I don't get dropped by the next group. Okay. See what this group is doing. This group is doing a mixture of efforts. Of which I do not think Bernie will be a part. Bernie looks like they are. Can't see. Oh, let's see. Maybe we'll get another zoomed out shot here to see what Bernie's doing. You got people just kind of passing on through. Wow, Bernie's not in frame. I guess Bernie got left behind again. That's the second time they dropped Bernie. Okay. See, folks, this route is just too long to do at my usual 1.1. It is. I would have preferred it, but anyhow. No, can't share the effort on the front. Sorry, just hanging on as it is. Well, feel free to join in the chat, guys. Let us know if you've done stage 6. What's been your favorite stage so far? What has been your favorite stage so far in the tour to Zwift? Or are you holding your vote for the New Scotland stage? Is that coming up stage 7? Stage 8? I don't know, but I am looking forward to it. I had said on an earlier live stream that I thought we would see a new world this year. I just didn't think it would be so soon, so that's great. That is great that we've got a new world. It is event only for now, from what I hear. So This will be your one chance to get a look at it for who knows how long. So if you're interested in checking out the new world, you're going to have to join the tour of the stage, tour stage of the Tour de Zwift, and ride along. Anybody know what the terrain of Scotland is like? Is it flat? Is it bumpy? I'd be curious to know. I'm guessing it's going to be probably pretty hilly. Maybe even mountainous to a certain degree. Will we see the Loch Ness Monster? Will we see Nessie up there? I'm willing to bet that there's going to be a little bit of legend thrown into that stage. It's not just going to be pretty scenery. Oh, somehow I got on the front. That was a mistake. Well, my heart rate's coming down. Thank you, Lord. I am so glad. My cardio is getting more efficient as we pedal. We are in the last 20% at this point of riders, last 100 riders. So, and we are only a little over 25% of the way in. We've got some bumps and some sand to mix it up even more, so who knows where I'll be at the end of this thing. You know, on old broadcasts, oh, these guys just want to take off here. Okay, see you later. Old broadcasts would have me asking you guys what place I would end up at in an event. So the question I posed to you all this morning is, am I going to keep dropping places? Am I going to go backwards? Or am I going to be able to hold my own? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Somehow I got rubber band back into the group. I don't know how. But thank you, Lord. Light lake effect here and chilly too. What in the world are they talking about? Just to let you guys know, the one thing about Zwift that has not been modeled and is not realistic is it is always perfectly calm in the world of Zwift. Always perfectly calm, no wind. Crosswinds do not apply. Though if they were in the game, it would probably make, and if it were modeled, it would probably make the steering accessory a bit more useful. A bit more useful. All right. Let's see if they kick it up a gear here. Some of them are. Which means I have to as well, or I will have to say goodbye to this group. You're doing 2.7 and a 1.5 group. God bless you. See you later. I might just fall back with Bernie. You know what? I'm just going to fall back with Bernie. See you guys. Bernie's not going to do 2.7 up the hill. Or even 2.0. So, we'll hang back with him. Take a little breather here. I do, in fact, have a lot of work left to do in this stage. Chat is super quiet today. Y'all are still sleeping. Y'all are still sleeping. You must have YouTube on as a sleep aid. Which is okay. If I help you go to sleep, then I will consider my work, well, my work here on the bike well spent. And it is work today, guys, even though the numbers don't suggest it. All right, Bernie, where are you? Okay, I see you there. You got a little posse. Okay. Now, why is my heart? Okay, because I sat up. Yeah, that should go back down. Trying to keep it under 130, and prior stages I've been trying to keep it under 120, but we know today that will be impossible. Keep it under 120. But under 130 is certainly reasonable, I think. It would be nice for Bernie to catch up before the top, because if I ride down solo, they will probably pass me too fast for me to catch them. Well, we got a couple of folks here that I will end up missing, unfortunately. I don't think I started pedaling faster here soon enough to catch him. Well, we'll see. Might catch on this last person. Or maybe this last person. Yeah, I might catch that person. Let me see. No, it's gapping. It's going to be close. It's going to be right there on the edge. Looks like I caught him. Woohoo! Man, I stretched that elastic band. I did indeed. All right, Bernie, we'll see you at the bottom. Thank you. Appreciate the comment in the chat. Yeah, I try to find things to talk about on my stream, although it gets hard to do at times. You know, it's like, what is there to talk about? But if you love the world of Zwift as much as I do, there's plenty of things to chat about that is Zwift centric, like out the Zwift right in front of us. And not the closer ones. That's the Epic KLM. So the closest one here above my head is Epic KLM. Out the Zwift is way off in the distance, the last peak. That roughly corresponds to out the Huez. So if you're a serious cyclist in real life and you want some virtual training, can't get out to Huez, France, then this is the next best thing. I actually used Alpe d'Huez as training, Alpe d'Zwift as training for Alpe d'Huez, and it was okay. It was an okay training aid. The real thing was much harder, but it gave me some sense of expectation of the duration of the effort. So it was a good analog in that regard. All right, so Bernie is finally catching up here. Which means I got to get back to work. Look at that. We're almost about halfway through here now. That unfortunately was the easiest. That was the easiest half of the whole event. We've got some uphills, some sand, and some bumps along the way here that will slow us down or make us work harder, or both. All right, is this Bernie? Yes, it is. Hey, Bernie. Did I might have got some ride-ons that I didn't return. My apologies. Zwift, you got to fix the ride-ons. Yeah, because for those of you who do not use the Zwift companion app, there should be a one-button counterpart on the keyboard that should do the same thing. Like, I am shocked that it's 2023 and Zwift has not come up with a one-button ride-on bomb for the keyboard. There is 109 keys to work with. We don't have a ride-on bomb for the keyboard, unfortunately. Okay, now we got a group. Now we got a group here. Yeah. Bernie's happy now. It looks like I am being volunteered for front duty here. You know, for those of you who have not tried out the game, it really is actually more work on the front, just like in real life. Virtual groups work the same way, roughly, as the physical groups. The draft is easier than the front. Now, does that mean that as soon as you go to the front, you're going to feel more resistance? No, it's not like that in the game. It's just that if you don't pedal harder, you'll be immediately ejected off the front. So here, I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to do my 1.5. And as soon as I get to the front, okay, I'm doing 1.6, 1.5. Okay, here I am on the front, doing 1.6. And how long am I going to stay here? See, I'm already heading to the back now. Oh, well, yeah, here I go. I'm being recycled to the back. And you get recycled pretty far back, too. If you don't, especially on the faster groups where wind resistance is more of an issue, if you hit the front of a blue pacer bot, or especially a green pacer bot or better, you better push some watts on the front. Otherwise, you could be ejected out of the group altogether because you will go backwards that fast. All right, Bernie, let's keep it nice. And Bernie's saying, it's not me, it's them. They got to keep it nice. And I would be in agreement because they want to drop Bernie for the 4th time, it looks like. Yeah, there goes Bernie. Bye. You know, the pacer bots have always had that problem in Zwift. They people tend to push harder on the uphills because there's more resistance. And the pacer bots, as originally conceived, didn't budge at all. They just kept it steady, and they were getting dropped left and right. They do now modify, look at that, half the group's gone. They do now modify it so that they increase the wattage on climbs to try to mitigate some of that without dropping people that truly do need that pace, that watts per kilo pace. Thank you, Elfish. Let's see if I can try and get this returned. Okay, back to me. All right, here's Bernie. So there is some variation in the pace of the pacer bots. They go a little bit slower on the downhill. Once again, not to drop folks. And they go a little bit harder on the uphills. So, and thank you, D. LaCole. I'm a little bit more ride-on aware today than I usually am. Usually, I don't think I actually got that one. Okay. All right, I'll get you first. Normally, I'm not too cognizant of the ride-ons. Oh, I did get it. Okay. Usually, it throws you back to yourself. Okay. Usually, I'm not very aware of the ride-ons. So focused on the conversations. All right. Well, so, like I said, this is the kind of the more problematic part of Zwift. It's got some dirt, and used to be the dirt didn't matter. We did not have extra rolling resistance in the dirt. But now we do, especially if you're on a road bike. So you have to push a little bit harder to maintain the same speed. Otherwise, you'll go backwards, and a lot of the group will go forwards, and sometimes will create a split on the dirt. The other place where splits happen is on this long drag to the top. So I might get the heart rate back into 130 here, so I don't get too tired. Just a smidgen over halfway. Only one lap, thankfully. If we had to do 2 laps of the waistband, I would probably be in trouble with some of my other responsibilities today. All right, here we go. So Bernie's probably going to kick it up a little bit of a notch here. Though I would be absolutely thrilled if he held 1.5, or she held 1.5. Getting a little tired here. As it often is the case on these live streams, my heart rate goes up as the event goes on. So I may have to back it off and say goodbye. I'm going to give it a little bit of a chance here. I put the fan on, see if that helps. I would just hate to have to do this last half alone. Thank you. I can't do any more ride-ons right at the moment. All right. There we go. That is helping a little bit, that air. All right, very good. That feels better. Well, this is going to be the hardest part of today's stage. It's a long, probably 3 to 4 minute drag that thankfully Bernie is not doing at a higher pace. So really it's not going to affect those who are staying with Bernie. Not going to affect them at all. So thankful for that. You know, in the many Zwift races that I have raced over the years, there would be some really motivated groups that try to break things up on these drags and try to split things up before the top. And more often than not, it worked. More often than not, it would break the group up, especially as you get close to the top here. You've got a couple of bumps that can accelerate the speed of the group and whip some folks off the back. So like the first one is right here at this turn. It transitions from a slight 1% grade to a slight downhill, like maybe 1 or 2%. And then it goes up again. So you have like one last chance to catch back on until it goes down a very steep descent. Well, comparatively steep, 3-4%, I'm guessing, where the extra speed can rip groups apart. All right, here we go. So I think we're probably going to finish in just a little bit under an hour, based off of what I'm seeing here. Maybe about 50 minutes is where we're going to wrap things up. I was just hoping I wouldn't be sitting here at 130 beats a minute the whole last half. All right, so there's that little thing I was talking about, and then there's this steep spot that Bernie is pushing it a little bit harder on. If I don't stay with Bernie, I'm going to say goodbye to Bernie. Bernie, however, should coast a little bit here as we transition to a negative gradient. And there they go. Okay, good. I'll give myself a little break here from the seat. All right. Okay, we made it through that. I think it was more psychological than anything else. Well, we're down to 3 now. We have 3 coming up. The group keeps getting smaller and smaller, but we do have folks behind us, so we are not dead last. I am, unfortunately, if you made the prediction that I was going to go backwards, your prediction looks like it's coming true. Continue to have people passing us, as evidenced here. Which means I think our little group that we had Well, let's see here. We might be able to hold it together. So this is the Italian villa. Little taste of Italy with Stromboli in the background. No, that's not Stromboli. That is the Volcano Cave. It doesn't even have a name. Zwift's most famous, well, actually only volcano, and it doesn't even have a name. We need to give it a name, folks. We need to give Zwift's volcano a name. Maybe I have already cornered the best name. I'll call it Little Stromboli. How's that? Stromboli Jr. And very active volcano. Very active volcano. You have to wear flame retardant kit to ride on Stromboli Jr. Fortunately, the standard kits are flame retardant. All right, look at that, right on bomb. Hey, look at that. My heart rate has snuck back down to under 120. That is fantastic. All right. Well, this little group, I think, hopefully, is more intent on maintaining Bernie's pace instead of dropping Bernie's. So I have a feeling that ultimately I will have to do just a slightly lower effort than I have been up to this point, which would be nice, actually. And though I would like to contribute on the front willingly, I just do not have the fitness yet to do so. There's a much better shot of out the Zwift right there. Can't quite, well, you can barely make out, at least on my screen, my higher resolution screen, you can almost make out the roads going up to the top. All right. As we make our way through. You know, I think, just thinking about all the transitioning of different climates and environs we've been through up to this point, I truly think Zwift has modeled just about every climate on Earth. Those of you who are watching, if you can let me know in the chat if there's any climate that Zwift has not modeled as of yet. I'm trying to think. We've got Asian lands. We've got European lands. We've got South Pacific. We've got Western climate. We've got London, which is kind of its own thing. I don't even know what to call that. So yeah, we've got a little bit of everything. We've got the Yosemite National Park is kind of similar to or maybe it's Yellowstone. Probably Yellowstone National Park is like Titan's Grove to a certain extent, with the bubbling pools there, the hot springs. I can't think of a climate that hasn't been modeled, other than the Arctic, polar bears and walruses. We don't have that as of yet. So I guess that would be one. That'd be one. It'd be a little dreary to ride around on ice floes. All right, here we go. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit here. Just a little bit. All right, that should be enough. Keep me latched on. Oh, uh-oh. It's going to send my heart rate a little soaring. All right. All right, well, we lost a few more. We lost just about everybody at this point. I mean, let's face it, Zwift. You're not giving us any bonus drops for hanging with Bernie. So what, in a lot of people's minds, what is the incentive to let him or her hang with us? You know, I guess that's the viewpoint of some folks. Is like out of just sheer pity, right? I guess in some people's minds is the only reason. And since bots don't have feelings, like what is there to do? Well, I feel for you, Bernie. I'll stick with you, even if everybody else leaves. But I might have to stay in your draft. All right. All those little bumps. We finally got those bumps out of the way. Now we get a little bit of a break. Oh, look, even Bernie gets a ride on. Somebody felt sorry for Bernie. You know what? I'm going to give you a ride on too, Bernie. Here you go. I don't even know your first name, Robo Pacer. Oh, look, we had some folks fall back. Yay! They're not heartless after all. All right. Well, little do we know, we have reached 80%. 80% through, and we are about to wrap it up, hopefully on an easier note. I will say these last probably 5 kilometers were a bit went by a little bit faster than sitting there on Tempest Fusion. That just seems like it takes forever to get through because it's so uninteresting. Now look at Bernie. For all the help I gave Bernie, Bernie's going to leave me in the dust. All right, so we doing a full lap, or are we going to the left? I think we're going, yep, we are going to the left. All right. Okay, there we go. Our little group is going to enjoy the group benefits. There is actually a big benefit to being in a group in Zwift versus just being strung out. Group speeds tend to be faster than solo riders. So like this solo rider doing just a little bit faster than us. Where are they? 5 seconds up the road. We will probably catch them. Is my bet. All right, look at the ride on bombs. Thank you. Catch it. Nope, didn't catch it. All right. 6 kilometers to go. Well, I appreciate those of you who have kept me company on the live stream, making sure, holding me accountable to finish and not to quietly bow out. You know, that's one benefit of being on a live stream. You cannot bow out without embarrassment. You have to finish. And that, Lord willing, I'm confident we will do. In fact, our group seems to be growing again. I don't know where these people are coming from. They leave and then they come back. In fact, it almost looks like I gained some places back. But I think that is because we have finishers now. So don't let this fool you. It's fooled me many times where I think I'm doing better than I actually am. Oh, there I go, I'm getting dropped now. As people finish the game, oh man, Bernie, come on. As they finish the game, the total number of riders will go down. And as you get closer to the finish line, they will continue to drop. So once we have a significant number of people finishing, I think the rider list will get smaller. That's the way it used to work. And if it still does, then my place will continue to drop lower and lower. But it's not because I'm actually passing people. It's because of the fact that people are leaving the event. All right, here we go. Not much left. Wow, this is I might actually get a ride on. I mean, I might actually get some sort of a power up here. I haven't been getting hardly any power ups. I only got one in the whole event so far. Let's see if I get one. Apparently, Zwift does not think I need any help today. Okay, yeah, that'll work. That will work. 4.7 to go. Don't want to be on the front. I'm going to kick off my my draft here once we get over the top. I think that would give me just a little bit, maybe a little bit more benefit. I'm not sure. If nothing else, would give me a little rest before this last drag up to the finish line. Oh, there they go. Trying to lead me again. Okay, there we go. And ready to pop it off. 3, 2, 1, go. Coast it. Not much. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice and rest. Okay. We are going to make it, folks. Thank you, Lord. All right. Just got a little bit more work to do here as Bernie puts the hammer down. So this is Watopia Waistband, folks. The easiest stage on stage 6. So if you're looking for no climbing or as little climbing as possible, then this is the stage for you. You will get it wrapped up in under an hour, guaranteed. And thankfully, I give the Lord a lot of credit for helping me hang with Bernie all the way to the finish. As I'm sure you are also thankful too, because this stream would have been easily, I don't know, hour and 15, maybe an hour and 30 minutes. Otherwise, easily if I was doing it at 1.0. You know, the one thing nice about doing like 1.0 to 1.5 is that you have almost no air resistance, which means that it's about the most efficient riding watts per kilogram that you have in the world of Zwift. You know, if you want super efficient, ride between 1 and 1.5, and you won't get a better bang for your buck. You know, even going up this 1% grade at 1.5 to do 3 watts per kilo on a flat, you wouldn't be doing 50 kilometers an hour for sure, maybe 40. So super efficient. No watts wasted. That's it. Folks, this is usually where the more motivated people start picking up the pace and trying to sneak a few extra places in the rankings. I suspect that most everyone in this group doesn't have that particular interest. So I think we will stay. I'm predicting we will stay together here to the end. To the end. If we don't drop Bernie in the process. Oh, there you are. Okay. Bernie, you've been dropped a lot today. Bernie says, I do not care. I will still go 1.5. I love that attitude. Would be funny, though, if Bernie suddenly broke out in a 10-block sprint 200 meters from the finish. That would be hilarious. Throw a little Easter egg in every now and then. Don't get any bright ideas, those Zwift. It's hard enough getting dropped by a pacer bot on the flats. To have a pacer bot out sprint you would be way too much. All right, look at all those ride-ons. I think some folks might have given me a ride-on, but to be honest with you, I did not keep track. So what I will do, I'll just ride on the whole group. Here we go, one at a time. I'll probably still miss a few. Okay. Oh, somebody wasn't even in my group that I gave a ride on. All's well. They need encouragement too. All right, the finish line is almost in sight if you aren't looking at a map. All right, such a pleasant group today. Such a pleasant group. All right, folks. Well, I was a little off in my estimate. We're going to come about 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes past my estimate here. But still really good time. Much better time than if I had not caught Bernie's group. So very thankful for that. Now we just got to finish these last couple of turns. Some folks are getting a little happy here, like horses heading to the barn, and that's fine by me. If they want to take off, go right ahead. Me and you, Bertie, we're going to the end. To the end of the line. Look at that. I'm even on the front here for a split second. Here, I'll even do an effort on the front here for 10 seconds and then have to bow out here. Okay. All right, good enough. Okay, folks. We are coming to a close here. I think this far back, I don't know how many sprints we'll see pop off, so I don't know if there'll be anything interesting for you guys to watch. If you want to see sprints, cycle back through some of my old races. Cycle back through some of those. As much as I love to sprint, I have to ride different these days. All right, under 1 kilometer. Oh, hey, for those of you who like the time segments, these little segments right here that it's kind of hidden by my chat bar, if you like those and you're trying to get a good time on a time cycle, let me give you a little tip here. Start your effort at least 100 meters before the start of the little whatever that thing is, pylon, so that you can get up to full speed by the time you enter the time zone. If you do that, you should have a better chance, at least, of getting closer to the top. But the leader on this particular sprint zone is at 29 seconds. That is blazing fast. That had to have been a group sprint. Group sprint there to get a 29-second sprint on this segment. This for me is a 30 to 35-second sprint at best when I'm doing it solo. 29 is just ridiculous. All right. Well, there we go, guys. That's it. I can practically coast across the finish line at this point and not get dropped. And that's it. Hey, guys, I appreciate those of you who stuck with me for a portion or all of the broadcast today. I hope you enjoyed your time in Zwift with me. This is the Tour de Zwift, Stage 6. Great. Thank you for joining me today. You take care, too, and ride on. And for those of you who still got Stage 6 to do, I hope you have a great stage, whichever one it is. Let us know your experiences in the comments. And we'll give you a sneak peek here. I'll make sure I don't miss the stage with Scotland in it, because I definitely want to put that on the broadcast. So you guys will definitely see that on the live stream here at some point if you want to check it out. All right? Take care, guys. God bless. Have a wonderful Saturday. And as always, finish strong.